of baseball. Today, we're talking with John, the broadcaster and media relations manager for the Columbia Fireflies.
Hello.
Hey Molly, how are you?
Good.
Well, I'm John. I'm the broadcasting and media relations manager for the Columbia Fireflies.
Cool.
And basically what that means is when you hear someone talk during a baseball game on the radio or on television, that's what I do. So I narrate the baseball game while they're playing.
Got some questions.
Perfect. I'm ready for them.
Well, the first one you kind of answered. So, can you tell us a little bit about the team when they were established and affiliations?
Yeah, so the team was established in 2016. We're one of the newer teams in minor league baseball. But prior to being in Columbia, the team was in Savannah, Georgia, not too far away, and they were called the Savannah Sand Gnats. They were there for quite a bit of time, but that's where the relationship with the New York Mets began. And up until, I want to say it was September, October, the Columbia Fireflies were affiliated with the New York Mets. We were invited just last month to be affiliated with the Kansas City Royals, and we're hoping that that relationship continues to grow.
Cool. How did the team get the name the Fireflies?
There's a really cool state forest, it's a national forest about 20 miles south of the city. It's called Congaree. And Congaree is a swamp, so it's mostly known for the density of pine trees that are there, and then the fact that it's on the Congaree floodplain, which is a river that floods very wide, right? And on that floodplain, there's a specific type of firefly where, you know, when you're in your backyard, if you're looking around, you might see one or two fireflies blinking on and off. Well, all of these fireflies at the same time will blink on and off. So when you're at Congaree National Forest at night, it normally happens in May or June. You look out and you see hundreds and hundreds of yellow dots lighting up and then going dark again at the same time.
That's cool. What makes your stadium stand out from the others, like a special feature?
So part of my job is that I actually get to travel around a lot, right? So because I'm traveling with the team, I've seen a ton of minor league ballparks, and the Columbia Fireflies Stadium, Segra Park, is one of the newer ones I've seen, but it has a couple of cool features. And I know I sent you some pictures before we got on the call today, but one of my favorite things is when you first walk up to the ballpark, there are those stairs that lead over to that brick entryway with the arches, and in front of it there are some palm trees. It's really inviting, particularly at night when it's all lit up. But once you get into the stadium, there are a couple of things that are really cool. Out in center field, we have a little bar. It's called the Budweiser Bar, and you can grab drinks while you're out there, you know, your favorite type of soda, or, you know, if you're above the age of 21 and you like Budweiser, then you can grab Budweiser, and you can watch the game from center field. And that pairs very nicely with, we have two outfield berm seats, and those are just grass hills that people can sit on with general admission, or they could just walk up to it as long as they're in the ballpark and sit on there. And at the top of those, I've never seen this before, but there are a bunch of plastic rocking chairs. And something that you may not know about our park is that it's actually a public park. So prior to COVID shutting everything down, during the day, if you wanted to just walk around Segra Park, you could. And it's a complete circle. It's a third of a mile around one circle if you take one lap. So if you get tired because you've walked 2 or 3 laps and you've gotten up to a mile, you can sit and just rock in the rocking chair. And I think it's a really relaxing thing that people have the opportunity to do.
That's cool. What is your favorite theme night and jersey?
Well, my favorite jersey that we wear regularly is our neon one. The yellow ones, they almost look glow in the dark, right? I think it really matches the Firefly theme. And then the logo on it with a couple of little flies that are going around the Fireflies. in block print really looks good in my opinion. Now, we also have navy blue jerseys that a lot of people like, and the home whites, which are traditional. As far as theme nights are concerned, I grew up a big Star Wars fan, so you have to I think every team does one right around May 4th every single year, right? Those are always a lot of fun. People always dressed up, get into it. I like that along with Christmas in July every single year. And then there's always a Halloween party at some point, right? And I typically enjoy those because, again, a lot of the fans get really into it and they'll dress up as well.
Star Wars night is a good night. Who are your mascots?
We have one mascot. His name is Mason E. Firefly, and he's a big blue and green firefly.
Where is the best view from the stands?
So I'm a little biased because I'm a broadcaster, so I get to look out of the press box every single game wherever I travel. And I feel like the press box always has the best view of the park. You know, I've had the fortune of calling games at Segra Park, and I've had the fortune of calling games in a lot of other places. I've been to a Washington Nationals game that I've gotten to broadcast, the West Virginia Power I was with for a year as a broadcaster, and the Hagerstown Suns. But in Segra Park, I really do enjoy the booth. If I were a fan, I would have to say that I think our scout seats are really nice. They're situated right below the radar gun, so you're basically lined up with the pitcher's mount. You're looking eye to eye with the pitcher, and you've got little tables in front of you. So if you want your nachos over there and a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi, you know, you have that option.
That's cool. Who or which team is a rivalry, or is there a rivalry in your league if there is one?
That's a really interesting question because I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but minor league baseball has had a really big realignment this offseason. We're not 100% sure every team that's going to be in every league, and we won't really know until the schedule comes out. But right now, what it's looking like is our biggest rival in previous years when we were with the South Atlantic League was the Greenville Drive. It's about an hour and 20-minute drive here from Columbia, and Greenville is associated with the Red Sox, and we were associated with the New York Mets for so long. So you have that natural New York-Boston rivalry. And then if you're into college sports at all, Columbia is where the University of South Carolina is, and Greenville is right about where Clemson is. So the two biggest universities in the state of South Carolina are in these two towns. So they typically have pretty big rivalries. So we go back and forth on social media. In fact, if you look at our Twitter from the last week or two, I'm sure you'll see something where we chat back and forth with the Greenville Drive. That's a really healthy rivalry, but they probably won't be in our league next year. With that being said, when we're looking at our league, we think we might be in the same league as Myrtle Beach next year, which is about a 2-hour drive. And Myrtle Beach and us have always had a really back and forth relationship, again, on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, where we've talked with Myrtle Beach and we've poked fun at the Pelicans and they've poked fun back at us. So we think that might end up being a good rivalry. And it's one where fans can drive in between the two areas and not have to go too far. It could be a day trip for them.
Yeah, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
All right. Hope you have a good one.
Okay, bye. Join me next time on the Basics of Baseball. And thanks again to John and the Columbia Fireflies staff for giving us this interview and those wonderful pictures. Bye!